And welcome back to Tackle Maths. If you're new here, we will be doing additional and modern mathematics of Form 4 and Form 5. Currently, we are looking at Chapter 5 Indices and Logarithm of Form 4 Additional Mathematics. And in my previous video, I have talked about indices, what is indices, and what are the laws of indices. We saw three main laws of indices, and now we are going to look at another type of solving questions for indices. So let's see one example where 2x is going to be 8 2x plus 1. Again, last time in the previous video, I have stated that if you want to solve indices, you should make sure the bases are same. Bases are same. What are the bases? Bases is just called bases. Whatever is below is the base. So it is below the x and it is below the 2x plus 1. So 2 and 8 is called bases. Before you solve anything, make sure the bases are same. So we have a base 2, which means we have to change the 8 to base 2. How to change it? As usual, if you know your cube and squared, you will know that 2 cube is equals to 8. And you can also, if you don't know this, you can always do a trial and error method where you just check 2 1 is 2 and 2 2 is 4 and 2 cube is 8. Okay, so write that down, put in bracket. Okay, then 2x is 2 to the power of x is, you can should open up the bracket. I have already taught you guys in the previous video, when you open up the bracket you have to times. So this is simply going to be 3 times 2x is going to be 6x plus 3 times 1 is just simply 3. Now there's another rule or tip that I want to teach you guys, which is simply going to be, when you have the same base, okay, and you have the equal sign, you can equate the indices or the power to be the same. Okay, so when the base is the same and equal is involved, power or indices equates. So you can equate this, and this one is automatically a normal equation that you always choose to solve, like bring all the x's to one side and just solve. So when you bring all the x's one side, it's going to be simply like this. Why? 6x is a positive number. When you bring to the other side, it will become a negative 6x. So this one you can solve. It's going to be like this, and bring the negative 5 and it's going to be simply like this. Okay, this is how you solve. For this is one type of indices question, and now we will have a look at the relationship between indices and logarithm. Okay, so we have been looking at indices, and the topic is called indices and logarithm, and now we are going to have a look at indices and what is the relationship between indices and log, or called known as logarithm. You can always call it log as a short form. You can also see this log word in your calculators, as I showed you in the previous video. And again, if you haven't watched that yet, please do watch. Now we're going to see what is the relationship before we go into the laws of logarithm. So we know that the basic indices is simply going to be like this. Okay, some base with a power or known as indices. And for example, let's say we are going to have something like this. Okay, you can change this to log by adding log in both sides. Or you can also, the simple way of changing this to log is actually by making this as the base of the log, and this is the number, and this is the x. So when you wanna change, when you want to change, obviously when you want to, wait, let me write down in a good term. So when you want to change this part to the log, what you do is bring this indices, make the base of the indices as the base of the log. Okay, and whatever is after the equal sign will become the number or unknown, whatever it is. Then the power will become the number here. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Let's say 2x equals to 4. How to change this to log? Simply bring this one as the base, put this one here, and just interchange the place. So what you're doing is you're simply changing this to, these two things interchangeable. Okay, you're just changing this position and you're making this base become the base here. Okay, then automatically you're just changing x here and 3 here, that's all. Okay, so yeah, this is, you do this when they ask to change indices to log form. Okay, why is it like that? Why you can change log to indices? Actually, to be honest, indices and logs are functions and inverse of each other. They are inverse of each other. They are inverse of each other. What is inverse? Again, have a look at the previous video on the functions and function topic, which we studied in the first topic, if I'm not mistaken. So we learned about a function f and its inverse, which has f to the minus 1. So indices and logarithm are functions which are inverse of each other. So that means you can always reach interchangeable. So this indices is the reverse function of the log, and the log is the reverse function of indices. That's why you can always change a log to indices and indices to a log. You use this method only when they ask you to write this equation or indices to a log form. If they don't change it. Okay, and we will have a look at the laws of logarithm and example of questions of logarithm in the next videos. but right now this is how it works. And if you have any questions, please comment down in the comment section and do share with your friends. And also do send me questions, feel free to send me questions if you have any, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.